Okay, so this is the contraption that I made for droplet photography using water and milk. Here we've got a container. All this is a pop bottle with an intravenous drip, which I got off the internet. It's quite long, I've cut it down. And they've got a control on there for controlling the drip, so you can have it fast or slow. And that goes into the bottom of the bottle. I've got a little lump of wood on here, on the top of this frame here with a hole in it, and that simply pushes through there. So you can just feel it coming out the bottom there. Simple frame with it, a bit of 2x1, a bit of old shelving I've had there, a little bit of wood on the bottom there. And the whole idea is that this drop, if I move this cup out of the way here, there's a hole in this board here, an 1.5 inch hole there, and the drops can drop straight through there and land somewhere down here. But the whole idea of this little levered cup here, and all this is a spray can with a bit of Velcro on and a lump of wood, so I can move it in and out of the way. So that's all that simply does. Now, what we're going to do to control this, I'm going to use the camera. Use the phone's camera as a sensor. Now we put the Triggertrap software onto the phone, and we're going to use Triggertrap's flash adapter and cable. Now, Triggertrap has not been around now for about 6 or 7 years or something like that. They went bust. But you can still get Myops, and you can still get Pluto, and you can still use a laser trigger, as long as you've got the ability to lengthen the delay from when the drop passes past this phone. You don't want the flash to instantly flash because it'll be in mid-air. You want to be able to delay it till it hits the bottom where we're going to have a dish, a tile, a cup, a plate, something to catch the drips up with. So the whole idea is to go into the software and put delays on it. Now, this is one of the cables what comes with a Triggertrap, and it goes from your flash plugs into your flash adapter, and that'll be on a stand at the side, wherever you want to put it. So the cable goes into there, then the cable coming out there goes into your ear socket on your phone. Now it's important to always turn the ear socket up fully, so you're getting a full signal. So that goes into the phone, and that goes to the flash. Now the whole idea is that you get your drips going constantly into this cup, and once you've got it all set up, you move your cup out of the way, a drop will go through the hole, and as it passes the phone will pick it up, the sensor will sense it, and what it'll do is send a signal down the cable to the flash adapter, and the flash adapter will fire the flash. And that's the idea. Now the flash, I'm going to set it at a 30-second power, because at a 30-second power it's a very, very short duration, so we should freeze the drops quite nicely. So that's the setup for today. So what we'll do now is I'll get it set up. I'm going to set it up in the lounge, and once I've got it set up in the lounge, we'll get back and show you how it all works, and hopefully with some nice droplet photography using milk, water and food colouring. Okay, we've got the setup all set up now on the dining table. I've shut all the curtains to make it dark in here. I've got a video light on at the moment so you can see me, but I'll turn it off in a minute when we do some tests. So I've got it all set up now. This is the iPhone 6 Plus. It's got a cracked screen, still works. Now the Triggertrap is plugged in via the cable and goes into the flash adapter on the bottom of the flash. It's a square block, it's a flash adapter. The flash is on there. I've got that 30-second power, so it's a very short duration. And all this is a simple piece of card here with some A4 paper stuck to it to reflect the light back. So that's what we've got at the moment. At the moment, I've got it, if I just move that out of the way and it goes through the flash, if I just turn that on there now, and it goes through, the flash has gone off, and I've got that set at 20 milliseconds. I don't think that'll be quite enough. I'm going to do some test shots now and just see where we are with 20 milliseconds. So I'm going to turn this light off, and when I turn the light off, we'll be in darkness, but you'll see it flash, and you maybe just see the droplet or the shape of the milk fall. So we'll have a look, see what we get. Okay, this is the Triggertrap software, and it's on motion sensor at the moment. So you can see it's on motion sensor, and if I just start the motion sensor up there and I go past, you'll see it flash. Every time I go past, it'll flash. So I'm going to turn the motion sensor off, and I'm going to go into the settings, and if we look, the sensor delay is at 100 milliseconds, and then they've got a 1 second reset delay, so it won't go off until after another second. So 100 milliseconds is giving us that nice coronet. So I'm going to take it down to 0. So I'm going to take it to 0, press the 0, press OK, and then I'm going to see whereabouts that the milk drop is in the middle in the air. So I'm going to reset it back up. All done, and we are good to go. So I took a turn, make sure this light's on. This light just highlights the droplet so it can be seen in the dark. So if I turn that off now, and we're going to see where this droplet is now. Let's have a quick look. At 0 milliseconds you can clearly see it's fired far too early. You can clearly see the ball of milk suspended in mid-air. Yeah, the milk drop's nicely coming out there now. So what I do, I've got the camera set on 3 seconds. So I'm going to fire the camera when I see a drop go, move it out of the way, and that'll flash. So that's my first shot. I'm going to look on the back of the camera. Yeah, I can see that it's firing too soon, so I need to delay it even longer. It's just not long enough. 20 milliseconds is too short. Okay, same procedure again now. I'm just going to make sure the milk's coming through nicely there. So it's coming through. I can see the drops coming through, even though you can't. So I can see the drops coming through. So I can move this little cup out of the way. So I'll fire the camera. I'm going to fire the camera now, move the cup out of the way, and the flash fired. I'll just wait for the exposure. And still, we need to delay it even longer. So we've gone from 20 milliseconds to 60 milliseconds, and I'm going to take it to 100 milliseconds. Okay, I've altered this now to 100 milliseconds now, so I'm going to fire the camera, move the milk container out of the way so it can drop and fire the flash and see where we are now then. So I'm firing the camera now, I'm going to move it away, and it's fired. Let's see where we are with that one. Yep, that's lovely. Okay, that seems to be okay now, so 100 milliseconds seems about right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start adding a little bit of food colouring, some yellow, and just see what we get when we add a little bit of food colour. First I'm going to clean the plate, get it nice and clean, and we're going to start from fresh. And here are some of the images taken throughout the day using milk, water and the Ninja Smoke machine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.